Hi guys! So week 11 discussion, I have my book here and I have my little written out answers to my questions. And I actually really liked what we read about this week, and the questions were very interesting to me. The very last one, for sure, because I love to talk about where I want to end up and how, where I would like to live to flourish the most, in my opinion. And so for question number 1, looking at the websites, I definitely took a look at the places on the first link, the places that have fallen and the places that have risen the most on the happiness index. And I said the thing that surprised me in regards to well-being across the globe is that Lebanon has fallen 57 places since 2019 with an index score of 19.2, and that Malaysia has gone up 25 places from 94th to 69th since 2019 and has an index of 39.1. That was really interesting to me to look at that after reading about, especially after reading about the individualistic and the collective societies kind of thing. I'm not sure if that's how it was worded, but I did also like reading about that. Let me see if I can find where it talked about it. Probably not. Oh yeah, individualistic cultures and collectivist cultures. That was really interesting to me to also think about, what kind of culture do I live in? It's obviously individualistic. We're very individualistic people here in America and in my family and in my circle. So that's always fun. And then for question number 2, I said I get the greatest sense of fulfillment and happiness at work when I'm around my coworkers. I work at 7 Brew. I'm sure you guys have heard of it, especially if you're from Kokomo. We have we work together very well there. People are very reliant on others. You kind of have to depend on your coworkers and the teamwork that you learn. I really like it because my coworkers are what make me happy. That is entirely the reason that I still have my job. If it wasn't for the people that I worked with, I definitely would not still work there because it is very stressful. And it is sometimes you can get a little angry working there. But definitely coworkers make me feel a lot better. And I have found in a lot of jobs that I've had, because I've only ever had 3 jobs, but still, anytime I'm around the people that I work with and I get along with them really well, that is something that I truly do appreciate, and it makes me really happy, and I get really excited to go to work and see my work friends. So that's fun. And then for the 10 qualities of the positive work environments question, I said that my work demonstrates supportive supervision and the opportunity for personal control. When it comes to decision making at 7 Brew, everybody is kind of considered. Everybody's opinion is considered. One big thing that we have right now is parking. 7 Brew does not like to give their little places enough parking spots. We only have 8 parking spots, and normally we have at least 10 people on the clock for a shift. And so right now we are trying to find a way to make parking better for us, so we're not having to walk across busy streets or walk from an abandoned bank all the way to where we work. And so that's something that I really do appreciate about my job, is that everybody's opinion is considered. They ask the employees rather than just going to my manager and being like, hey, we're going to do this, and then he has to tell us, because he cares about our opinion as well, which is really nice. And then for the supportive supervision, again, it's the supportive management and effective leadership. I am a manager at my job. I pride myself in the fact that I consider everybody's feelings. I'm not rude or anything like that, and I feel like that's how everybody is there. That's why I was so excited when I got asked to be promoted, because I was like, oh yes, I can finally, support people. And honestly, when it comes down to it, if there's a problem and it's brought to my attention, inevitably it will go to our manager, our stand manager is what he's called. It will go to him. He will find out about it, and he's the one who has to handle it. However, if you come to me with a problem, obviously I'm going to go to him. And I feel like that's something that really helps us work out as well, because when we have problems, we fix them. It's not like, oh, you tell the manager and he's like, oh, whatever, I'll take care of it, and then he doesn't do anything about it. He will actually make an effort to help and to make the situation better, and he will look at all the avenues that you can go down to kind of help. And then for the third question, I said my ideal place to live, which I love to talk about, would be Greenville, Maine, here in America. I love Maine. I've always loved Maine. I like the scenery that is around there. I said that this city has a very, it's very favorable when it comes to walking. And they also have a lot of hiking trails and a lot of lakes and stuff like that you can go fishing. It's actually, what was it? It said online that it's the perfect place for fishing / boating. And another thing that's really important to me when it comes down to it, because as we know, we live kind of in a society where housing is a little bit expensive. And that is something that I do worry about a lot, because eventually I would like to, buy a house, maybe not necessarily here, but I would love to own a house, to raise a family, and, do all that jazz. And Greenville actually has very affordable housing, which is something that I really like. I forgot to include some of the other stuff. Those were the big two. I really like when a place has like very accessible ways to view nature. And they have a lot of, like, Maine is like forests, mountains. Oh my goodness, I love it. And yeah, so the walkability is actually the third one in the list. It's the people-friendly streets that favor people over cars. So, like Kokomo, no, I don't like that about it. I wish I could walk more in Kokomo, but I can't, because, the likelihood of me getting hit by a car, because people also have really bad road rage in Kokomo, is very high. So it's like, can't really walk anywhere, even though I would love to. And also, I don't feel safe walking in Kokomo. Maybe that's just a me thing. I don't really know. And then also another one that I forgot to mention is trust in local politicians, police, and neighbors. I feel like everything that I've ever heard about Maine in general, the people there are very friendly. The people there are very, they want to help. So it's an opportunity to get to know new people, as well as create a new community, kind of, or be a part of a new community, which I really like the idea of, because sometimes it is hard to be friends with people in Kokomo, because some people, that constitutional carry. And that's something that worries me. So it's like, if you need sugar and you go over to your neighbor to ask for some sugar, you never know what they're gonna answer the door with. So yeah. And also Maine has a clean environment, and I really like that. I like that there's not really much pollution. I like that. I don't like pollution. I'm not a fan of pollution. And yeah, so thank you for listening to what I had to say for my week 11 discussion. I can't wait to hear from you guys. I can't wait to hear all about the places that you guys want to live, your ideal places to live, because mine is Greenville, Maine, here in America. Or honestly, if I think about it, maybe Australia. Probably not. They got big spiders. Anyway, so yeah, that is my discussion. Can't wait to hear from you guys. Can't wait to hear what you guys had to say. Thank you.